How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Dipped and Shoyu podcast. My name's Chris. I got my co-hosts Glenn and Sergio.
What's up? This is Glenn over here on this side.
Ooh, how's it? Serge right here.
And yeah, we decided to do a podcast for mainland Hawaii, but we're bringing back Dipped and Shoyu for a lot of people that know who we were about 15 years ago. We were Dipped and Shoyu before we were mainland. Dipped and Shoyu was a Hawaii lifestyle blog online, and kind of fizzed out 8 years after we started. And then I met Glenn when I first moved to Sacramento, and he pretty much brought back Dipped and Shoyu without knowing it.
Just by talking story, brother. Just by talking story.
Exactly. So, but yeah, now we're mainland about 8 years later, and everybody's been telling us about getting Dipped and Shoyu back, but since blogs aren't like a big thing anymore, we wanted to reformat this whole thing, and we decided to go with the podcast, just so we can get out there, get everybody listening instead of reading. But yeah, that's what Dipped and Shoyu was about. Like I never came from Hawaii. I'm not born and raised in Hawaii. I'm born and raised in the Bay Area, California. These two here, born and raised in Hawaii.
It's about making that connection, like finding that person that you didn't know you had a connection to, making that bridge from Hawaii to the mainland.
Yeah.
And Bay Area, wherever it may be. I mean, if it's Vegas, it's Vegas, but we are here in California talking to you now about mainland.
And it all started with the BJ Penn shirt.
Oh, shoot. No way. For real?
Yeah.
Nice.
It all started with the BJ Penn shirt.
That will do it.
No, it's pretty sick when you say, like, it's all about just, like, bridging the vibes, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how I met you guys, dude. Like, I was just on Instagram, and then they had the Aloha Sunday event, and I was like, okay, cool, freaking, if it's Hawaii, I'm a support guarantee, dude.
Yeah,
so, like,
nice.
I just went down, friend you guys on Instagram and stuff, and then came down, talked stories, and
a couple of events we hung out at, just talked story a little bit. Now finding out that you're from Maui, born and raised. It's a small world. When you talk about aloha and that stuff, it's a small world, man.
But you can spread, like, so fast.
That's
you know
what we're trying to do,
Yeah, because even, like, sitting here, like, before you hit play, dude, I was like, dude, I never knew you guys existed, like, before this, but we were brought together.
That's the same
Through-
thing. We stood
you know what
on
I'm
the
saying?
same island. We walked the same paths, the roads, and somehow we ended up meeting right here, and it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, and that was 7 months ago.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't even feel like that anymore. It's been quick.
Yeah.
I didn't know you from the next person, next to me, and now you're sitting here. We're all doing a podcast together. So
Shaka's up, baby.
yeah.
Chuck us up.
But no, we just I'm really happy that we put this group together for this podcast. I think it kind of puts what Dipped and Shoyu used to be, and what Dipped and Shoyu is now, where it's a mainland perspective of what Hawaii, if somebody from Hawaii, what they were born and raised there, and now they're transplanted on the mainland for whatever reason that is, whether they got married to somebody from here, they had a job, they couldn't afford it anymore living out there, but they ultimately want to still live the Hawaiian lifestyle on the mainland. And
that's what we're about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, and that's what you do with Positive High System, right?
Yep. Yeah, so basically, like, that was my whole thing, too. Like, just moving to the mainland was, staying rooted. Like, Positive High, like, high is HI, right? So, Hawaii. So, but also, like, my own health, fitness, and wellness coaching, it's, like, feeling that positive high, and also the community, you know what I'm saying? Like bringing people together through movement, through restoration, and, just feeling good with one another, you know what I'm saying?
Like
connection,
finding other people that make you feel more comfortable on this plot of land.
Yep.
Not really coming here and not knowing anybody, getting to find out, somebody from Maui. Oh, bro, we practically brothers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
guaranteed.
that stuff, that feeling, ever give me chicken skin.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that connection that you can make when you're 3,000 miles away or whatever, to somebody that you walk the same road, you've been there. I've been there. I went to that shop. I went there, dude. That's the
it's
thing.
a trip too, like, like, just how people not only just like dress, but like it's hard to explain, but like you can tell a local just by like the way they walk, or like, it's like, oh shit, like
yeah, you can.
that guy's from Hawaii, guaranteed. And like my wife Jovi, she's like, how do you know? I was like, oh, watch this. And like I would like test. I was like, I'll like walk past somebody, and I just like speak pidgin, and like they like their ears perk up. Yeah, I was like, oh, where you from? It's like, oh, from Hawaii. Where you from? Yeah. So like the words like, where you from? That's what gets me to. It's like, oh shoot. That's like the instant connection, dude. Like just like feeling the vibe, dude.
When you hear that tone too, just like the last event we did down in Elk Grove.
Elk Grove, yep.
Oh my goodness, just hearing, you can hear it. You see all the different people, and that's why I'm so happy I grew up in Hawaii, because the mix of people that were there teaches you a whole different lifestyle, a whole different mentality. You know, like there's no room for racism. I didn't even know what racism was back in Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody was different colors. Everybody was brown, white, green, purple.
Melting pot.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like how you act. You know, it's like you talk story with me, we talk story. You offend me,
the respect.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, respect. That's it.
Yep.
And that's what we're trying to relay, I think, with Mainland. Just kind of that positive, and along with positive high. Because seriously, just kind of like maintain that flow of positive.
Yeah.
Seriously, because that makes a big difference. If I had you when I first moved up here, like before I was married, I moved up here once on my own. I moved to Cucamonga with my cousin. I grew up in Kalihi Valley with skateboarding. He moved up here, and that was my best friend at the time. So I moved up here with him. Mm-hmm. But to have that experience with somebody where you can make the connections first, and then you learn how to be around on a different, which almost seems like a different planet when you come from Hawaii and you move here at 16. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing, like making that connection with you and this guy right here, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, it's hard to find that good bond, that good connection where they have the same mentality as, locals.
Yeah. No, yeah, speaking of, like, first moving here, dude, because I moved to the Bay Area, like, Daly City, South City area, and, like, there's this foggy, like, for, like, felt like months, dude. I was like, bro, where's the sun, dude? And it's cold. And I was like, oh, man.
I never moved to Alaska.
Yeah, it was nuts. But then, like, just coming from Hawaii, like, just like walking down, going like to the store, like I would just like look at somebody's face, like try to show shaka, you know what I'm saying? But then they'd be like looking like sideways, like, oh, who's this guy?
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh shoot, I forgot, I'm not in Hawaii anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Dude, that's the same reverse too. Like if you're going there, you're coming from here, you just gotta know how to act.
Yeah, Daly City is also a lot of like Filipinos, and that's mostly over there. So but when you get a little bit outside of the Bay Area, I mean, there's a lot of Hawaiians, Polys in the Bay Area, but I didn't notice how big the community of Polynesians and Hawaiians in Sacramento was until probably about a year ago, when we started, almost a year ago, when we started Mainland. There's just so many people that I've met because of that one shirt, the Dipped in Shoyu shirt, and I was shocked. And then whenever we do events in Elk Grove, especially in Elk Grove, but in like at the Creative Space SAC in Midtown, the Aloha events, they're packed. Yeah. There's so many people, and you've been to a few. You've done one of them in the Midtown one.
Yep.
And you could tell most of the people that go there aren't from Hawaii. They just love Hawaii, and that's.
And they come in wearing something that that with that influence, and just like this is nice. And then when you hear them come in saying, "Oh, I caught you guys on the TV, and then we came down," or all that stuff, like I saw there was Aloha Hawaiian something or other. Oh my goodness, it's just nice that go back to chicken skin. Yep. Since you get your word at the end. We let you know, guys. We let you know.
That's a little teaser for
later.
Right,
teaser action. No, but you're right, dude. It's like, it is just like the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Just like how you treat other people, and like how you come in and everything like that. And also, like, if you're coming from the mainland to Hawaii and like really learning, we were just talking about like the whole like tourist industry kind of shifting. You know what I'm saying? Like learning to, not only just respect the locals, but like the land, the ocean and all that other stuff. Yep. So like just like knowing, and the stuff you see on TV is different than what people are actually living and experiencing.
Do the research if you guys are planning to go check out our home state. Just make sure you guys know what's going on. Respect, that's all we ask.
Yeah. But then also like have fun. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
exactly.
Because like, that's what it's. People go on vacation to, kind of chill and relax, but also
find that true meaning of aloha and spread. That's all.
Feel it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's this beautiful thing too, because aloha from the mainland. You know what I'm saying? Like now we have the opportunity, the three of us, and even like everyone else, you know, who either love Hawaii.
Talking back to our families back in Hawaii. Like you was talking to your mom.
Yeah, I was actually talking to my mom, and like, you know, I was like, oh yeah, I'm just driving to the podcast. I freaking met these two guys that have this company that want to bring, you know, aloha to the mainland, or you know, vice versa. I was like, oh, it's like, and the podcast is dipped in shoyu. She's like cracking up. She's like, oh, I like that. yeah, dude. Yeah. So it's like even, you know, just talking stories and staying connected to, you know, your family if you're a transplant from Hawaii to the mainland, and like, you know, still staying rooted to talking stories with, you know, your mom, your family, your friends.
That's why it's so much better dipped in shoyu as opposed to dipped in soy sauce.
Yeah.
No.
Big controversy there.
Yeah. So. Dipped in shoyu. Everybody knows shoyu. You local, you know shoyu.
Yeah.
Show you what? Show me what? Talking about that juice you put on your rice.
Shoyu and rice?
Shoyu and rice is... I grew up mac salad, shoyu rice.
That's it.
Yeah, because the macaroni easy. You cook them on the pot. You put a little bit mayonnaise, pepper, whatever, flavor. Throw them into rice, shoyu rice. You get one egg. If you get fresh hot rice, you throw the egg inside. You mix them up. You cover them. Tamago rice. Anyway, dipped in shoyu, buddy.
Yeah.
Always.
It is. No, but that, I mean, when it comes to dipped in shoyu, that was the one thing when my wife introduced me to Hawaii. Like, I tell this to everybody. When I was in high school, I always saw my friends. They came back from Hawaii. They always had the kukui nut lays on their what do you call it? The mirror. The rearview mirror. I was like, what's the deal with that? Like, why does everybody have that? Why is that such a big deal? I never really cared about it. And
I used to hang those out at the airport. That's why. You used to come in. They used to hand those out there.
And that's how they showed. I mean, that's how they showed off that they went to Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never had any interest in Hawaii. Like, I didn't get the whole thing.
Even the Filipino and you didn't want.
Yeah, the Filipino and me didn't want. I mean, I didn't even want to go to the Philippines, if anything. Well, you know, so it's just. I mean, that's the flight though. That's. Yeah. I don't want to sit. I don't want to sit in a 20-hour flight just to go somewhere.
They give you a shower on that flight?
They should. I'm sure there's planes that do that. But yeah, she introduced me. She gave me the crash course doing like L&L Hawaiian barbecue, like in the Bay Area,
and only certain locations. L&L, just gotta say.
Yeah. But she introduced me to like my first like spam musubi, and chicken katsu, and things like that. And that was like 2 weeks before we got on a plane to go to Hawaii. So the first time we went to Hawaii, it was all just touristy stuff, like tour bus.
Yeah.
Went to like everything was the whole vacation was like curated for us to like go here, go there.
Jermaine's luau.
That's exactly the luau we went to.
You guys Jermaine's luau?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Polynesian Culture Center was a big one. They always had when you come off the flyers, they used to have were they handing out lays at that point, or was it like, I mean, how long ago was this? How old?
This was before we were married, so it's been a while. But no, they were still doing the lays, like not
certain
off
airlines.
The airport. No, well, I don't remember what airport or airline we took.
So I know it was specific. If I remember right, don't test me on this, please, guys. But like Aloha or Hawaiian was doing lays when you would come out right out the gate. Otherwise, like it was the other ones like Pan Am, Delta, all those other guys.
Yeah.
Like international flights, but I remember those specifically coming into H&L.
Yeah, it was probably like American or Delta or something that we took, but we did all that, you know, all the touristy stuff. She wanted to show me like everything that was tourist kind of deal. So, but after when I went there and came back home, I couldn't stop thinking about all the food that I had, and the one thing that I could, or two things I can remember, it was poi, because I've never had that before, and shoyu. So,
you never had in your whole life before you went there shoyu? Seriously?
Never had shoyu before.
Wow. For real?
No, I was Kikkoman soy sauce. That's all it. That was it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All the little packets, the little black and red packets. Yeah.
I mean, for all I know, I probably could have had it before, but I would have never.
Maybe within the cooking, but not necessarily putting it on yourself. Being
I never use it as like a condiment. I need it. You know,
you need that little bottle, that little flat bottom bottle on every table.
Yeah.
There's always that question like aloha or
don't get me started.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's all about aloha now.
It is only aloha.
Yeah.
It's harder to find here, but I mean, within the restaurants and stuff, you go here, they always have Kikoman.
Kikoman guaranteed.
But you go Hawaii, it's always a low.
Yep.
So that's the
it
hard
has to
part.
be that way.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we got back. I was kind of trying to make a job decision, and blogs were big at the time, so I was like, let me do a blog, and the only thing I was interested in was showcasing what I saw in Hawaii, which Hawaii was, to me, as a mainlander, I never thought of Hawaii as having like an urban culture. So, everything that I knew about Hawaii was everything that I saw on TV, which was, luau's and...
Like Sergio was saying, is a lot different nowadays.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Just things like that. But going there, like experiencing like fitted Hawaii, all the urban local shops, all the food that you get from local places.
North Shore side, man, all North Shore, Waimanalo, all that side had all the stuff. Like what is even farther down that way? I forget her, and he just came back last year.
Which one?
But all the local side, west or south side, west side, north side, Kaneohe side, all the way from one end to the other. That whole side, you get the best mix of like all the different flavors that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like everybody in town side was all about making that money, and like you had your little spots here and there, and Kapahulu like that. But I think that side was all like he was talking about, just that. I mean, that good variety from one point down Sea Life Park all the way to the other side. I mean, just that variety in there, and then shave ice and everything in between. You got dessert, dinner, everything. You find everything on that side. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much why Dipped in Shoyu became a thing, just because it was my love for Hawaii.
One fateful trip.
One trip that changed my life pretty much, right? So
that's
I had that.
Is like, just thinking on that note, or just for a second before I forget it, I never would have met you if maybe even 2 days you decided to wait to go. Or, something just like a butterfly effect. That's why it tripped me out that we're all sitting here right now talking about this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always like introspective and like, thinking about stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like, it is about your choices, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if like I didn't go to that Aloha Sunday event and then not meet you guys, or even like, just like not even follow you guys on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Or even come say hi.
The smallest, come say what's up. I mean, you could have taken 10 minutes too long in the bathroom that day and then missed something, you know what I'm saying? That's all it takes. Or like you got to put air in your tire or something, just that couple minutes that could have changed everything. And I feel like we're here for a reason. This is it. We found it. This is beautiful.
Yeah. And like, the beautiful thing too is just getting started, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, we even like talked about this. Oh yeah, maybe wait 2 weeks or so. But it's like, no, dude, just do it now, dude. So then it's like, just like building the plane in the air. You know what I'm saying? But also, like, I have my talks with my other brothers. Like, basically, I have four friends to talk to every Saturday, and then 4 of them from Hawaii. Or 3 of them from Hawaii, and then 1 from mainland.
Okay. And
then he loves Hawaii too, so kind of like Bay Area. He goes visit Hawaii and stuff. But then we're talking about, being from Hawaii, but coming to the mainland and like being a local kid and making something of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like not, or even like being in Hawaii and staying in Hawaii and like becoming and following your dreams. That's why like when somebody from Hawaii like pops off, you know what I'm saying? Like freaking like Bruno Mars, like, oh shit, boy, I guarantee it's like once like for me, like once I find out somebody's from Hawaii or like somebody who loves Hawaii, like the love is there. He was like, oh shoot,
there's already a level.
We gotta take care. We gotta take care.
You gotta find out who this guy.
Yep. We gotta take care because even the kind like my story back in the Bay, I met this my friend Arnold. He met me through Instagram because he saw my stuff said Hawaii, and he just moved to Daly City. Okay. So he was kind of like fresh and everything, and he saw one of my stories in the geotag, and it said Hawaii. So he followed me, and then we started talking stories. And like a couple weeks later, he's like, "Hey, bro, is it cool if you drop me off to the airport and watch my car?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, bro, I got you, dude." So you know what I'm saying? So like just like it's like that whole like gotta take care, like whole community aspect. So it's like it's beautiful once having us here kind of share that, not only even here in Sacramento or like here like everywhere on the mainland. You know what I'm saying? So like even now.
I was gonna say I've lived in Hawaii, on both sides of the island, the good side, the bad side, whatever. I've lived here in California, mostly good from far as I could tell, but I've also grew up in Tennessee, West Virginia, Tennessee. My dad was military, so that's how I ended up. We were living there for a little bit. when he wasn't stationed in Hawaii. But that whole just seeing the different cultures helped me grow up to that, and just seeing like they could use a lot more aloha on that side of the planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even my uncles, I've had to disown because of some of the stuff they said on Facebook, disconnect from them and all that. But that's still my blood. Recently, I talked to my mom, who got back in touch with one of my uncles, who was kind of Lolo. He's actually doing a little bit better. He's feeling mortality, and he's like, "Oh, I got to be a better person," blah blah blah. You know, but back in the day, growing up with that, it kind of taught me, hey, you don't want to be like this over here. Remember your roots, and like going back to what you said, man, it's keeping that positive and trying to spread that everywhere we go is the best thing, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bro, it's simple as the brother hand or the shoulder.
Oh yeah.
The shoulder handshake. That's biggest, man. You know how good that makes you feel, like with another local.
Yeah.
Not even joking, because when you can see the angle too, because you know it's like this.
Yeah.
If it's facing down, you're not getting that. But if it's like this, you know what's coming, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta have the cup just right.
The cup
Get
with the clap.
And then you need the clap, brother. My brother Kavika back in Hawaii. Yep, that was the biggest thing when we walk up to each other coming to work. It's like if you don't get that clap, it's like, oh, what kind of day is it gonna be? But if you get that pop, you know, that solid pop, you know it's gonna be a good day, bro. You know. Yeah. So you get that here in California. It's a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
Going back to that, anyway. Yeah. I'm just happy to have seen the cultures from one end of the United States to the other end of the United States.
Yeah.
Figured out where I fit in, and you know, just be aloha. Listen, you know, as much as I can, be aloha.
Yeah. If anything, one thing you've always even when you get off the phone with me, you always say aloha. You gotta. Every time. I think you have too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just that is, I think, is another way of spreading aloha too. Like anybody can.
I just saw you smile when you're talking about it. That's easy enough.
Yeah.
Easy.
People don't even say bye anymore.
Yep.
You know, and you guys take the time, the 1 second that it takes to say aloha at the end of a call. You know, so
and if it puts a smile on that person's face or it gets them out of like a funk or something, you know, I mean, that's all. It's doing its job, right?
Yeah.
Aloha doing its job.
Yeah, and that's what we're here to do. It's aloha from the mainland. It's no matter what, you guys are from Hawaii, born and raised. I'm from here, born and raised. You don't have to be from Hawaii to spread the aloha. You know, you just have to believe in it. You know, you have to be it pretty much. And I think ever since my first time stepping foot on Hawaii, I think I've been that, you know. So there's been times that I don't show aloha a lot, but
get a grumpy day.
Oh no,
grumpy days. Yeah.
Habut. Actually, that's the whole thing too, because then that goes into like like toxic positivity. You know what I'm saying? Like not really facing obstacles and challenges.
I think people like us, we can see the line where that becomes the toxic part of it, where it's just
toxic aloha. Oh,
toxic aloha. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Well, if you're true aloha, then can never be toxic.
Exactly.
But that positivity that can turn into that. I mean, we're not equating positivity to aloha. Aloha is a respect feeling. It's love. I take it back, and I hate to do this, but I take it back to the Bible. The golden rule is how I've always lived my life. Treat others as you'd want to be treated. And that's basically aloha. And if you don't feel that, and you're treating people, I mean, you just don't belong, you know? But otherwise, I mean, that's pretty much. If you don't like getting snapped at, then don't snap at people. You know? Yeah. If you don't like getting yelled at, don't yell at people.
Yeah.
You like people use their blinker? Use your blinker.
Right.
Small kind. And if you're in the mainland and you get that, somebody lets you in, zipper lane, whatever, throw up the shaka. I cannot wait to see that. More of that, because I be doing that. My wife got a nice car. She has a sunroof. I flash my shaka out the roof. It's a good thing. People will not understand in the beginning, but if they know, they know.
Yep. That's one thing I did learn my first time, go on the tour bus. I can't remember the name of the tour guide, but the tour guide was always saying, like, if you're ever at a stop or an intersection, and you know how like on the mainland just go. Like we'll just give them like a little hand or something, or like a little peace sign. And he said, throw the shaka when you do it. Like he told everybody on that bus, and ever since that's what I've done.
Yep.
Like so,
It's those little things. Yeah. Exactly. See, the brains working together. He said same time in harmony. It's the little things, brother.
Yeah, it definitely is the little things, and
because you don't know who you flashing that shotgun to. If it's somebody who had a bad day, they could be local, or they know somebody from Hawaii. They see that shotgun like, oh, dude, this reminds me of another story. I went to the bank like a month ago. Mm-hmm. I have my Eddie Would Go sticker on the front bumper of my car.
Yeah.
I pulled up, and she pulled up. I was just getting back into my car. She. Auntie got out of her car. She looks at me, and I'm like taking my mask off, putting my glasses on to get ready to go home, and she starts dropping the under shaka. She's flashing me the shaka. I'm like, oh, no joke. And you guys know the upside down shaka is the right shaka, right? Yeah, you flash it, you let the fingers drop. She did that to me just because I had an Eddie Would Go sticker on the front bumper of my car, and I got such a big kick out of that. I was smiling all the way home. I was flashing my shaka to this 60-year-old lady that just knew. And that's the shit that we trying to spread around. That aloha. Just when you're not ready for it, somebody gonna flash with shaka right in your face. You can be like, oh.
It just hits.
Yeah. It just hits. Then that gives you that feeling again. You remember. You get connected back to that battery of the roots. I mean.
Well, it just happened to you on Saturday when we went to play disc golf, and I showed you the guy with the Hawaii license plate.
Yeah, we saw on track. And
he lit up when
there's times like
when you see that rainbow, you're like, oh.
Yep. Like if there's like a Hawaii sticker or whatever, and then like
the safety check sticker.
Yeah, safety, or even just like just Hawaii anything. There's times on the freeway I would just like go speed up. Yeah, then I try to look. I was like, oh, who's this?
Then he look brown enough or what?
Yeah. Then like I would always like, because then if they're on the right side, because Elijah's always on the right side in the back. I always put down the window, Elijah, show him shaka. And then there's a couple times where he showed a shaka, and like the person would look, and the face would just light up, dude.
That's
I was like,
saying,
yep, guaranteed.
And it even helps us too. I mean, just us doing it builds that even more. Man.
Yeah.
Just that positivity, it makes your day go that much better, you know?
All from like just a shaka, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Just like,
yeah.
And a smile. Shaka and a smile.
Yeah. Well, that's why Mainland adopted the shaka for our logo. I mean, it was before the shaka was a plumeria.
Yeah. Which is fitting, but at the same time, I don't know necessarily that plumerias are native even. Are they? Do we have to do some research?
Google
that's for another time, I think.
Right. But you know, for true, that shaka is from the islands. Plumeria might be, might not be. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not.
It's recognizable as an island.
Oh yeah,
Hawaiian thing. But the shaka is like ever since transitioning the logo to the shaka, I think it got mainland Hawaii into a lot more people's eyes because the one thing that anybody from the mainland would bring back from Hawaii, if it's not something that they can buy, it's they learn how to throw a shaka. Right. So, so I think it's it's just one of those
different
things.
Angles of shaka.
Yeah, there's different angles, different ways to throw it. No matter how it goes, no matter how it's thrown at you, it's a great feeling when it does. So.
Especially when you get that return return shaka.
The return shaka,
Yep. That shaka back. That's the one, dude.
So have you ever drove past somebody that had like maybe an old safety check sticker or a Hawaii plate, or even just like a Hawaii decal on their car? Because I think Hawaii is the most represented state on the mainland because everybody has a Hawaii sticker on their car.
They'll bring back something Honu or something that specifically ties back to
Honu, islands, plumeria, hibiscus, crazy shirt, probably a sticker. And you looked in the car like how Elijah was doing that like. Have you ever came to a point where somebody wasn't from the islands and they maybe just had like an old safety check sticker because it was like a used car?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever run into that?
That's why you gotta go up to the car and
you go look.
Yep.
Because you can tell the age. The age of the sticker is one.
Yeah.
But if you got a plate on there, then it's pretty much it's either somebody. Well, it's definitely somebody just moving. It might be a student bringing their car up here from Hawaii, so it could still be a local.
Yeah.
So you still look, but I always see shaka stickers now, and I try to drive up. More times than not, it's somebody who probably brought it back with them. Mm-hmm. But still, I try flash shaka if they look or whatever, it's like because they have a local sticker on there. They know at least some. They went, enjoyed, came back, and they're here. But I got a couple.
Yeah.
But it was the men that would flash back as opposed to like ladies think you're weird.
Yeah. Like,
What's he got like?
Yeah.
I just bought a sticker, so it's like, I could see that happening, but
that's why I put on my weird stickers on my car so people look at me if they want to flash. Hey, what's up?
Yep.
Yeah, do you still got the dipped in Shoyu sticker?
It is a big old blue Shoyu sticker on there. Yep.
OG.
Yeah. Gotta bring that one back, dude.
Oh well, it's the podcast logo, so we have to, we'll have to rework.
You guys can get your shirts. No worry, it's coming.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, we had some, dipped in Shoyu was made possible because of people in Hawaii. The roots of dipped in Shoyu, the people that I had help build that from the ground up, pretty much, have big ties in Hawaii. They're well known. Especially now, 15 years later. I was just talking to the person that created the Dipped in Shoyu original logo.
Oh, nice.
And it was all because we started Mainland. I was like, hey, let's collab on something with Mainland instead of Dipped in Shoyu. And he's like, how long is Dipped in Shoyu? Like, when he actually looked back into the archives, he's like, I created that 15 years ago for you. I was like, 15 years?
15 years traveled
I just
quick.
dated myself in 2 seconds. And so 15 years ago, he still remembered it. And I wanted that just meant a lot, just because, I pretty much got out of contact with him, after we were done with Dipped in Shoyu a long time ago. And I just called him out of the blue when a few months ago, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember doing your logo 15 years ago."
That's sick.
And it was around the same time that his brand was he just started his brand, and I'll let you guys know. I think these two know who made it, or at least you do, Glenn. But when he originally made the logo, he was contacted from another good friend of mine that I met through Hawaii in radio. Yeah. And me and you have radio ties too. Yeah. So
small world, gang.
Yeah, it's a very small world.
No, it's crazy because everything comes full circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It really does.
It's all cyclical.
And it's been 15 years for us to sit here right now and then be like, we sharing these same ideas, thoughts, and feelings.
Yeah. The beautiful thing is you guys been homies for that long. You know what I'm saying? It's I guess when you guys first met was 8 years ago or so. When you guys
it would have been 8 years?
6-ish.
6, 7 years.
Yeah. So there it's
But with the bond, and after finding out what we knew about it or more about each other, it's like, oh shit, we were closer than we thought. Yeah. Because he was on the island the same time as me. I didn't know him from Beans. Yeah. It's like.
I could have walked right past him. And,
right.
And
when I first met him, I was like, dude, you're not from Hawaii. You serious? Because you could pass for going Mauna Loa, you go from Farrington. I don't care. You there.
Yeah.
Well, because of that, a funny little story is I used to smoke cigarettes. So my wife and I went to Hawaii one time, and she was getting a tattoo at what was that shop? HTC. It's by the Safeway on Oahu. And I had to go get cigarettes at a little corner store or something like that, and the person wouldn't sell me cigarettes because she didn't believe my ID.
Oh shoot!
Because she thought I was local.
Yeah.
And I came, I had a California driver's license. Yeah. She's like, I can't sell this to you, and she's like, and then she made me repeat the address, everything. I had to obviously I knew everything, but I had to recite everything that was on my ID because she thought it was fake. She thought I was local. So, but pretty much everybody I know now, outside of maybe a few people, they're pretty much all from Hawaii, and my wife told me one day, she's like, you're pretty much Hawaiian by association. Yeah. So, and I'll take that all day. Yeah. I know I'll never be Hawaiian, but by association, I'm good with that.
No, the thing is, we could plant you in Hawaii, you'd be able to maneuver and know how to act and everything. It's all, there would be no learning steps. Yeah. Definitely. That's
well, you quizzed me. You quizzed me on that. You quizzed me on that 2 months ago. He tested my local. That will be a
local status.
Yeah. He asked me 2 months ago, what are my five spots that I go to right off of HNO. And then right when I told him the 5 spots, oh, you local.
He's like, okay, you're local.
Yeah, you pass it.
That's what I'm saying. You got that. Then you got that vibe. You know, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
But that's how we do our trips though. Like, you know, the first time we went there, it was all tourists. She did that for me, but I loved Hawaii so much, or I love Hawaii so much that every time we go back, we live more local than we did the previous time. So we always support the local economy. We try not to do like the big things. I mean, probably the biggest thing we go to is probably like a Walmart, because
Well, sometimes the supplies,
you know,
you got everybody there shop at Walmart.
Well, the two-story Walmart in Waipahu, that's a different one.
Oh,
so
whoa, 2 stories. That's how long I haven't been back. That's
yeah. It's kind of 2 stories.
Or even stuff like
it's just kind of like
I wasn't even driving when we went back. I was just sitting in the back, like, just chilling, like checking everything out. Because normally you don't want to drive, because I wanted to see how everything changed.
Yeah.
And wow, no joke.
Yeah, I think the last time I went back, Oahu was like 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like international marketplace is super different. Freaking Ala Moana.
That's gone now, though, right?
Yeah, it's all different, dude.
Broken down stuff over the buildings that they're waiting to. I don't know if they're renovating or what, but there's some dark spots down in Waikiki. But
I mean, like when we go, like we try to kind of avoid Waikiki and things. Just
I got lucky. I was living that lifestyle. My Hanai brother had us up in the 15th floor of the Hilton or whatever, just staring down Kalakaua. Looking at the zoo, so it was a nice. I wouldn't do that myself. It was a gift.
Yeah. Is that the Hilton Prince Kuhio? Or
it's Lures and Kalakaua. That one on the corner.
Yeah.
The underground, the little small underground parking lot.
Yeah.
And they have like a new CVS or something in front. I think it was inside the building.
Oh.
Or just outside, but then you gotta the escalator up and you go inside. But dude, for the first, because I thought I was gonna have to stay outside in my mom's house in Pro City, which is not comparable. But, being in Waikiki, you can kind of see it. And then walking around the streets, you see the levels of difference. Now, they have those Aloha Commanders or whatever they are, those guys out there in their vests.
Yeah.
And just, like, telling you, if you need directions or whatever, they're out there, like, just being friendly, helping out.
Oh, that's
like,
nice.
Say, you like lost? Or, like, we can help you out. We can call you a cab or whatever. I don't know what exactly they do, but they're out there, like, helping out folks, which is nice. I don't know. It's just changed.
No, that's good, though, because... I was just watching Jokoi, the Jokoi special on Netflix.
I just watched that.
Yeah, the Hawaii one.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
And it's like, the first time I went there, I was like, these street names are crazy. Like, I was like, there's no way I could pronounce these things. Yeah. And I can only pronounce, like, the easy ones pretty much. And
or the sounded out.
Or, the easy sounding ones. Like they're kind of self-explanatory sometimes, or but when Jokoi went on stage, he was like, it's all vowels, like it's hard, it's like a whole bunch of A's, and it just had me cracking up because that's how I saw it. That's exactly how I saw it. I was like, how do you say that? And like even if you have GPS in your car, like you'd have to spell that and type it in and all that. And
only one A or one U in the wrong spot, you're going to the other side of the island. That's the other thing too. If you misspell one word, the street you wanted that was in town, nope, you're heading out to Kailua.
One letter, one apostrophe, one something. You're the other way.
Yeah.
So
for us, like reading that is like Ke'omoku, freaking Kalakaua, super easy, Kaka'ako, super easy, like, okay, it's whatever. But then coming from the mainland is like, oh, shoot. I could see how I used to be super confused. It's like, wow, what is it?
Kalakaua will say for another day. We have a... we have a story about that.
I like highway.
That's another tour bus thing that I got educated on too. Nice. So no, but it's definitely, it's fun. Like you said, it's full circle. I think Dipped in Shoyu is in that full circle moment right now where. We could have easily called this podcast the Mainland Podcast, something boring, but like I think because Dipped in Shoyu had the roots of being a blog before, I think it's easy to transition with the right cast members, and
bringing all that original feeling with it, and then us just compounding and making it even better.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Instead of highlighting what Dipped in Shoyu used to do is, like highlighting things that that had nothing to do with dipped in shoyu. It just had everything to do with Hawaii. We kind of get to highlight the lifestyle of living on the mainland when you're from Hawaii, or if you love Hawaii. That to me is big, you know, because there's a lot of people out there like me, you know, and that surround themselves with people from Hawaii.
Well, the crazy thing too, like when we had a couple conversations about this, but like, you know, mainland Hawaii, like for you having this for you guys, like Chris was like, I don't have to explain mainland Hawaii to you, like you just know, like me as someone from Hawaii living on the mainland, like I just know. I was like, oh shit, that's sick, like that's my life right there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like it's a true, like, you know, I say like lifestyle brand, but it is a true, you know, lifestyle, dude. Like this, I'm living mainland Hawaii, dude. You know what I'm saying? So
without even knowing it, that's the thing. It's like he knew he could walk up to you and be like, without even knowing it, mainland Hawaii, bro.
Yeah, and then like just sharing, and you know, like you said, like the decision to go out and meet you guys.
And it's not like as we were saying earlier, it's not a level of having to start from the bottom and work your way up. You're already halfway there. You just find out who this bugger is, and you get that handshake, the shoulder bump. You know what I'm saying? And you find out. Seriously.
And I still remember how I first got in contact with you is, and this is a full circle moment too, is you messaged us about the dipped in shoyu shirt.
Oh yeah.
That was the first thing. So
Yeah.
If I did, and the message was actually like, you know how Instagram works. When you get into the DMs, like if I'm not like a friend with you or something, it goes into the message request or general or whatever. So I think your message was stuck there for like 2 or 3 days until I checked it. But you know, just going from like 6-7 months ago to you messaging us about that shirt, and now you're part of the podcast for Dipped in Shoyu. It's just crazy to think about that. Like,
and the thing is you could have waited one more day to get back in touch with him. That's what I'm saying. It goes back to that full circle thing where it's like, and then you would have been like, oh, this guy, shitty, this guy. You know, like talk to me. Okay, all right, whatever. I'll go find somebody else. But the fact that the connection was made, it all falls into place for a reason.
It is, and that's why I say to everybody, it also, like, even on posts and things on social media, it all started with the shirt, you know, because like everybody that we know through mainland now is we found them they found us because of that Dipped in Shoyu shirt. If I never designed that shirt and I never wore it around Sacramento, we wouldn't be sitting here right now, because Dipped in Shoyu would just be, you know, just
a long forgotten.
It would just be a
but there's
domain.
No way you can lose that, man. Dipped in Shoyu, just those 3 words as a a term is just in itself. Yeah, that's aloha right there. Come on. Because when we first think about shoyu, we think aloha. So Dipped in Shoyu is like aloha. Yeah, you know what I mean.
6 degrees of aloha.
Yeah, there it is.
Everything's connected, dude.
But we're running out of time. So, but this is going to be a weekly podcast. We're going to try to do more than 1 episode a week, but right now I think it's going to look like every Tuesday, record like maybe every Monday or so or something like that. But one thing that I really wanted to do, and it inspired me from an old podcast that I listened to, is a pigeon word of the week. Ooh. So I'm going to leave those to...
I think Sergio got this one this week. And we got plenty connected. Yeah, why not?
So
we might as well start, because we're gonna be doing much more.
we're gonna be doing choke episodes anyway.
So there's your word, kiddies. There's your word.
The way it works is one of you, or I guess you would announce what the word is.
Yep.
And then you would use it in a sentence.
Oh shit! Sick. Okay.
Go for it.
Pigeon word of the day is choke.
Oh man, you put me on the spot with that. I was just thinking what I can use. Oh, the beach get choke sand over there. Choke mean plenty. You can say anything. Well, like I get choke French fries. I got the big one. I get choke French fries. You like some? Get plenty. You can use pretty much what you get.
Oh, how much show you can put? Choke. Put choke shoyu. Yeah. And and we're talking like that's one of the words like. If you hear someone use the word choke, that's when you know.
You know you're local.
Yeah, you know you're local. Yep.
There's not many others use that. Otherwise, you got it. Because choke. I mean, most people think I'm gonna put you out.
Right.
No, choke. Everybody, choke is plenty. That means tons of whatever you may have.
Just in abundance.
Mm-hmm. How big your family? I get choke family.
I get choke cousins.
Yeah. There you go. Yep.
And hey Glenn, how would you spell choke?
Well, I mean, you would spell them the same, but the silent E on the end.
No
need, but...
no need, right? Yep.
Chokey. No.
Choke.
It's just choke, just the same way you would say anything else. No need to spell them, just say them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the main thing with pigeon words anyway. You don't spell them, just say them.
Just say them.
And you say them to the right person, they know.
But yeah, that's our pigeon word of the week, and we're just out of time. So mahalo to everybody that listened today to today's episode.
Thank you, mahalos.
And we'll see you sometime next week. Make sure to follow our Instagram, Mainland Hawaii, and shop online, mainlandhawaii.com. And I think Sergio has a few links or a few things that he wants to shout out to.
Oh, yeah. So, like you said, Positive High Ohana is my Instagram here. So, he said health, fitness, and wellness coach. So, I'm also offering, the Ohana and also the Mainland Hawaii Ohana, dipped in Shoyu Ohana, 20-minute coaching sesh. So, with your health, fitness, and wellness. I know New Year's coming up. Just jump on. It's just a coaching session to see, where you're at and, help you move forward. You know what I'm saying? So give the aloha through health, fitness, and wellness. But as always, man, thanks, Chris. Thanks, Glenn. Love you guys, man. I feel good about this, man.
This is going to be fun.
All the nerves. I had choke nerves earlier, but,
the kava helped you.
Hey. Yeah, much mahalos for the kava. Yes, sir. Brought us down kept our levels not going up and down. But, I just wanted to say hello to my wife, Rain, at home, if she's listening. But aloha to everybody in Hawaii. We miss you guys. I gotta get back to making those connections again and staying constant with talking to all my aloha buddies. But we coming. Thank you guys. Mahalos. Much mahalos.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Aloha.